Oh, peace, top of the day break. I keep forgetting I don't have to hold that. So anyways, what day is it today? March. I don't know. I know it's a Tuesday. I think it's the 19th, April 19th, 2022. Okay, so I was just going down Divination Land. I've about had it with Divination Land. And, Divination Land, period, as a whole. And, I'll tell you why I've had it with Divination Land. I've had it with Divination Land because Divination Land was governed by Aquarius and the star and the original moon. Anyhow, here's what's getting on my nerves about divination, and especially when people step into Aquarius' energy, because now you have people picking up on Aquarius' energy like this. Well, Aquarius is starting to have a God complex with this. Oh, thou art this, that, and the other, and I'm just going to do what I do, my graft, my gift, and my craft, and I don't give a shit about humanity. I just want to get paid. If that isn't a good indication about what's been going on with the churches, the readers, and the divinators, I don't know what the hell is. So I want to know, whose damn energy are these people reading? Because if they studied their clocks and everything, they would have known that the deck stopped working the way that they were supposed to a couple of months back, because I know mine started to feel kind of funny, and I stopped kind of picking them up around January, the beginning of the year. I still play with them every so often, but they don't feel the same anymore. They don't feel the same anymore because it's the same damn storyline that keeps running. Trap people into this shit. Because many people step into the space and land of divination without even being ordained to do so. They weren't ordained. They got these deals from man, not from the Most High. And we keep hollering about, yes, there's stuff that goes on the moon, and yes, people do use the moon as a satellite to come to and from to Earth. Doesn't it remind you of a womb that a woman carries for children? So the moon has had to sit up here and endure all of these multiple phalluses and be assaulted and violated because we didn't guard anything. And all we wanted to do things for was money and fame, and we didn't respect the people that really had the gifts because it came with the age and it came with experience. Now you got people that are stepping into these spaces a lot sooner than what they should have, because in the 1980s, the AIDS epidemic took a lot of our elders out. So a lot of us are now scrounging to figure this out, and they knew exactly what they did. They don't call it the AIDS epidemic or the crack baby epidemic. The 80s was for no damn reason. It was to crack the babies and take the elders, because they knew it was getting ready to come in the next couple of decades after that. Now, I get tired of people saying, well, you just need to go out and find you a community and connect with people and this, that, and the other. And I'm gonna keep telling people this. At 50, it's not that easy. Let me tell you why. Because most of the people in my generation, we don't like each other and we don't like to talk, and we're just so dead and tired from sharing. It's unreal. So we hide. Because everybody's going to remind us that we're too old to be included in anything while we're hollering about age and studying stuff that's ancient. I'm a little confused. What's going on right now with Aquarius is because you got the King of Swords mentality, and the people and the men who took it and stole everything. How do you go get the King of Swords back? You need another component. If everything is masculine and feminine, then who's the feminine side of the King of Swords? It's Aquarius. So now Aquarius has to go and get stuff back that was used and abused with Saturn and Earth. There's a secret to Earth. I'm still piecing it together. But we sit up and we do all this other stuff to each other for what? We don't talk, we don't speak. We would rather sit up here and annihilate and tear each other down versus communicating and connecting. We won't sit up here and answer a person's question when they're asking for just clarity as to what is it that I can do differently or better with myself, because you should know me better as my friend. And people don't like to answer those questions because we have forgotten how to be friends. We've forgotten how to be friends. We've forgotten how to care about people, but we love to emulate stars, hope, faith, and all this other stuff for damn money, which is fucking up Earth, which is the story of Cain and Abel. So I'm a little fucking confused with people up in divination land, because y'all are getting ready to sink 3 to 4 generations with the bullshit that you're saying, because you're playing with metaphysics. and the metaverse, the meta universe, because you don't understand the physics of the meta, but you're in the universe of the meta. I'm so confused right now. And I keep asking people, can you just speak to me? Can you just talk to me? Can you just act like this message has reached you, or that it kind of sort of makes sense? Can you communicate? Can you respond? While everybody's saying, stop hiding your gifts. I ain't never hid. For 15 years, I have been a content creator on all types of social platform sites. Facebook, Instagram, MySpace, Tagged. What else? I remember Yahoo. I remember the days of dial-up. What do you mean still be a content curator when I helped build the damn systems? So if you don't respect the root and the cradle of the people who helped build the systems that you appreciate, without talking about them and telling them where they went wrong. Because see, I lost my mother when I was 11 years old. I watched her take her last breath. I remember sitting up there watching her reach for me. And I remember seeing something light and bright over her. I remember her not wanting to leave me because she used to always tell me that I was her gifted child. Now, what she meant by that, I don't know. And I will never know. You know why? I don't talk to my mother's family, and I ain't seen them since I was 16. So I went out there and I had a daughter. You know, there are certain times where I didn't really feel I knew what I was doing. I lost my mother at 11. I buried my father at 23, and I found out I was pregnant with my daughter at my father's funeral. She's the only child I have. I even went to therapy to deal with the brokenness in me from the dysfunction that I inherited, which had nothing to do with them because they just did what they were told to do. And I had to somewhere through that find some peace and forgiveness and not hate them with anger and rage. And let me tell you, my anger and my rage was so bad that I would not go home. I stayed away from the state of Tennessee for over 25 years. The most liberating and freeing thing to me on my journey to healing was going home to my cradle and my crib. And right now, you got all these people talking about the Testament of Solomon when the creed has been broken, which is silver when you say the moon ain't real. But you're talking about the Queen of the South, which is the Queen of Sheba. But you make fun of the South and the Deltas, and you say they ain't shit. So I'm a little confused. How does anybody expect anything that they believe in to come back when everything that you claim that you believe in, you sit up there and you denounce and you make fun of? I'm so tired of people talking about they love the lion, but you sit up here and you shit on the baby boomer generation. They gave us computers, AI. They sat in libraries for us to be able to have our educations and our degrees that we won't even thank them for. They gave us affirmative action so that we can infiltrate things. And you say, nobody gave you nothing. But you say, reveal your gifts. What gift? If you're afraid of the truth and afraid to have a real conversation about the Willie Lynch letter and the shit that we do to each other, but we want to blame somebody else when we won't even put an end to that very same aspect of a space and a face that we claim took everything from us. I leave all types of comments everywhere. I'm lucky if I get anybody to react, because you don't care enough to really see a woman be anything other than a bed wench and something that's dressing in something tight to seduce you with her lower lips, not her higher ones. Because many people operate with their root chakra between their legs instead of up here where it's supposed to be. That's Mars. That's Aries. That's your red. And can't none of us figure this out, but we're all up in here talking about what's going on. You won't even connect the damn pole of fire. And I hold all the fire. Not only that, certain children, when they're born, according to what happened when they were born, you can tell if they were gifted. When I was born, and this is how deep I have to do because I can't talk to my mother. Y'all are lucky. So, I was born with my umbilical cord wrapped around my neck. And that symbolizes that I'm a leaner, but I have anger issues. And it was going to take me a long time to figure it out. There are a lot of breech babies born in the 70s. What does it mean to be a breech baby? It means that you're a healer. We got lost. We all got lost. That damn generation got lost. How the hell do you lose the damn X? How do you lose mother? How do you lose the X chromosome? How you lose it? So I'm a little confused with people right now while you're talking all this crap. Because I talk a lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense. And it's fear tactics and you're doing it for views. Because you want to access the star at the top. And I will be so glad when the Queen of the South comes and shows up to help aid in this battle. She's already active, which is why many of us don't like the waters, don't like to be outside. We're afraid of the winds. Because I'm outside and I know you hear the winds. And I know that's the waters. I'm tired of listening to people say a bunch of crap about what people need to do when you won't even show up to support them.